What is going on, everybody? I'm BBQ Juice, and Granblue Fantasy Versus have been out for a week now. I wanted to give my first week impressions, do somewhat of a review, give my input and thoughts on the game. I've been playing it a fair amount, and I have my likes, my dislikes. There's pros and cons for me. I also want to give my thoughts on characters I like. Let's just get right into it. So, Granblue Fantasy Versus is a 2D fighting game that was developed by Arc System Works for Side Games. And what's kind of crazy to me is that the Granblue Fantasy franchise actually started off as a mobile game. And it wasn't a fighting game, it was a turn-based gacha game, turn-based RPG game. And I was curious to see how this would turn out as a fighter. I want to say that this game is definitely unique in a lot of senses. There's a few things they did in this game that I think Arc System should definitely incorporate it into other games. One of those things being its RPG mode. I didn't expect to at all, but I really enjoyed playing RPG mode. I haven't beat it yet because I've spent more time playing online, but it's definitely fun, it's definitely different. I like the feels and the control to it. Like I said, if Arc System started incorporating this into more of their games in the future, I'd be cool with it. Nonetheless, I think RPG mode is a great addition. It brings fresh content and a fresh game mode to what is generally the same modes in fighters. So it's nice to see a breath of fresh air, see a new mode that, like I said, Granblue Fantasy came from a mobile RPG game. So RPG mode makes a lot of sense for them. And I like the way that they incorporated that into this game. Not only with RPG mode itself, but with the way that skills have cooldown times. I think that that's really a neat way to make this game unique and stand out from other fighters and even other Arc System games. The fact that it gives people that don't want to do the regular inputs the option to use the skill button, but it has a longer cooldown, I think that's a fair trade-off. I think that's actually really cool. I have no problem with it. I do definitely like the evades. And I do like the button block. I think that the incorporation of these two things will bring a lot more people over to Arc System games and 2D fighters that generally wouldn't have played before. With the evade, with the button block, with the RPG mode, with cooldowns, I definitely feel like there's going to be a good amount of people that would try this game out that don't generally play fighting games. Because at first I definitely thought this game didn't take as much skill to play as many other Arc System games, but then when I dove in a little bit more, got through the surface, that wasn't really the case. If you're someone that has played majority of the other big Arc System titles like Fighter Z, Guilty Gear, BB Tag, maybe BBCF, BlazBlue Central Fiction, if you've played these games, and then even some of the other games that Arc System didn't make, like Under Night, you can definitely see elements of each of them in this game, and some of them are more subtle than others. I like the way that they incorporated things from the other games, but something that I'm not a fan of in this game is the auto combos. I get it, you know, it was in Fighter Z, the one smart steer in Under Night, which I also dislike. I'm not a fan of auto combos regardless, in any games, especially in this game. And it seems like online, basically, all anybody does is just auto combo to death, basically over and over. If you press 5A, 5E, or 5C in this game, it's gonna just keep doing the same auto combo. And second and third hits are the same for all three auto combos. It's just the first hit that changes. So I would have much rather them have just one press, no auto combo, and let me continue from there. I would have much rather, like I said, seen single hits for the 5 buttons and maybe give people one or two other command attacks, input command attacks, like how Mateta has a 1C, which is different from her 2C. Most other people don't have other command attacks outside of their specials. I also don't really like how you can't input other lows in succession after 2L. So like any other fighter, I kind of wish that you could follow up to L to 2M to 2H and then go from there. But this game isn't really set up like that, so I don't like the fact that you can't link any other normals after 2M or 2H. Not really sure why that they made it like that, but I don't like that. Your mix-up game is a lot more limited. You only have a very fast short-range option, which really gets annoying playing against anybody in any game that just do A's over and over, or 2L's. Then your only other option is 2U, which gives a hard knockdown, but you also can't link any normals off of it. So it would have to be a special. And for the most part, most specials don't hit. Only a chosen few do. Most people's DPs are gonna hit. The fact that 2C or 2H in this game is only an anti-air and it doesn't really have any horizontal range kind of sucks, because I'm so used to doing that for far reach, and for the most part it just whiffs because of my distance. Like I said, it's more of what I'm used to and a preference thing. It's not to say that it's bad in this game, and if you're new to fighters then it won't bother you at all, but I like having the options. I'm not a pro player, don't get me wrong, but I still want to play a game that feels like it's somewhat challenging, that actually takes some effort. In Fighter Z, I feel like it works out a little bit better because number one, the auto combos are different, and the way that the gameplay is set up is it's a lot faster and your movement is faster, which kind of brings me to my next con with the game. Though there are aspects of the mechanics that I do definitely like, the actual game movement, the character movement, as far as walk speed, run speed, initial dash, feels clunky, feels slow. It feels similar to Guilty Gear in certain fashions, but it feels like a clunkier, still slower version of Guilty Gear, which is kind of weird. And one thing that I desperately miss when I come to play this game from almost any other fighter that I play is air dashes, and I truly think that this game is missing them. Granted, there is the evade, but I still think air dash would have been better personally. Not too big on the 8-frame startup on grabs. I don't know, I guess I just got used to the 4-frame startup from Under Night. So like I said, preference, keep going for grabs and getting punished because I'm thinking I got 4 frames of startup like Under Night. Those are very minor gripes that are, like I said, just personal preferences. At the end of the day, they're not necessarily cons for the game overall. Just kind of giving my input and my thoughts on it all. Overall, very solid game. Especially considering RPG mode, I think it is a solid buy. That is a unique aspect of this game that I think Arc System definitely should do more. I think it was a great idea and a great choice to incorporate it, so definitely works well and adds to the value of the game. Definitely like the visual of the game. Obviously, it's an Arc System Works game. I love their games. No, I don't necessarily have any bias to them. I just think that they've produced some of the best looking games out. I think this is a great game. I think it's a hit myself. I think it's just going to continue to grow and get popular because it's pretty inviting to all kinds of fighting game players, whether you're brand new and this is your first game, a beginner, or even a very competitive high level player. Because like I said, it has that easier aspect. It has the auto combos, has things like the skill button, so you don't have to worry about inputs that just add cooldown. I feel like this game is definitely set up to invite new people into the genre, people that haven't been playing fighting games at all. This might be their first fighting game, or you know, they might have played a little bit of one at a time but haven't played one in a while. But it also has a lot of the characteristics and mechanics that we love from Arc System Works and many of the 2D fighters. So overall, great game. Like I said, we're only a weekend. I'm gonna continue to give it time, continue to play more characters. I'm gonna have plenty more videos to come with this, but that's my first week impressions / review. What do you guys think about this game so far? For people that haven't played it yet, what do you think about it based off of what you've seen? Let me know. I'm curious to see the feedback of how everybody's receiving this game. If you liked the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. It goes a long way. It helps me out. Check out my other videos for more gaming content, or fighter content, or Arc System Works games. That's all I'm gonna have for today, guys. I'm gonna catch you guys next time.